With this year's XXL freshman list finally dropping, the reception for it though isn't the best, to say the least, but most of the people who are on the list right now, honestly, I'm not even that familiar with. It is a few people on there who I rock with heavily, like my boy DC, who should have been on the list a long time ago. I also really like Glorilla. She's a great artist. I've messed with Too Rare, Lil Tyler, Tia Corinne. You know, you got Central C, but a few of them I'm not really that familiar with, but the general public, they'd make it seem like these people literally don't exist, how mad they are at the list, but
he said poop shitty.
Anyway, who cares about today? What I'm here to talk about is what we're still living in to this day, 2016. The year that the best thing that ever happened to you happened. The year that the best thing ever happened to him happened. 2K16, Lil Uzi. We all know that everyone says it's the best year. And one thing that everyone loves from 2016 has to be the 2016 XXL freshman list. That's been touted to this day. Nothing has ever passed it as the best freshman list ever, and everyone knows where they were and what they were doing when that dropped. All the ciphers dropped, when the cover dropped. It's a legendary moment for hip-hop. And what I want to do today is I want to do my ranking of those artists based on what they've done in their whole career. So it's not based on the freestyles they did. It's not based on any particular thing, just everything that has to do with their music and what I feel like how they would rank now, basically. And again, this is my opinion, but my opinion is law, so whatever I say is goes. So you can't argue it, but you can tell me what you may think you changed, but yeah, it wouldn't matter because my opinion goes. So the way I plan on doing this is I'm gonna rank all 10 of the rappers starting from worst to best. Again, just to preface it, it's based on how I think they've been able to maintain their career, how I think their music is still to this day. You know, just everything else is focused solely on music is how I'm looking at it in my opinion. And with that being said, we're gonna start off with number 10, who I personally think is the worst off the list. That's gonna be, of course, Designer.
Got that on me, jewel on me, moolah on me, boot on me, you be talk shit. Got that boss.
Designer, who's known for Panda. Really all he known for. Well, he was on Kanye West's album, on Life of Pablo, on a few songs, but he really known for Panda. Everybody thought he was Future when he first came out. He known for Panda and Timmy Turner. On the list, he didn't really have he had a terrible freestyle on the actual list. Like, look at this.
Don't watch my boom, can't clap my boom, don't watch my shoe, don't got my juice, I be fighting around in the groove, hang left snooze.
And then other than that, he hasn't really done much since that. He's kind of considered a one-hit wonder, but I don't personally think he's a one-hit wonder. He got good songs other than Panda, like Outlet. But yeah, it's not really much you can say about Designer because he just hasn't done that much. And if he has, it's not something that people are looking out for. So Designer is definitely the worst off the list. No disrespect. Obviously, he did something good to be there, but to me, he's the worst. Next, we going on to number 9 on the list, who I think I'm going to have to get this to Lil Dicky.
The Rat Gang got it all wrong. We ain't about to go spend money just to flex on it. We ain't really got it like ya.
He one of the ones that's he's a little tricky to rank. Because he's a really, really, really good rapper. If you just listen to him rap, he can rap his ass off, but that doesn't necessarily translate to great music. I don't think people understand that. Rapping ability and music usually go hand in hand, but not all the time. You can rap your ass off, but if you're just rapping and not saying shit or not making it sound good, it don't matter.
Of course I'm on torrent. I'm driving a Porsche over the floorboards, over the 4 points, while you're in the 4 Taurus, getting an abortion and a divorce at the same time to hear us affording.
This nigga is trash.
Plus, I feel like he's kind of transitioned from music. He kind of transitioned from rap. He's working on like a TV show that's on, I believe it's 3rd season, called Dave. That's really good. It's really good. It's really funny, actually. It's a really good show. I'm caught up with it completely. So yeah, and if you haven't watched it, check it out, obviously. But you probably know. But yeah, he's made great songs like Say That Money, Freaky Friday, Professional Rapper. But that's in the past. He hasn't really done as of late that constitute him as getting any higher than 9, I believe. But yeah, he's great director and actor, so he's definitely still doing stuff. So shout out Lil Dicky. All right, and then moving directly on from that, we go on to number 8. And for number 8 and 7, both honestly I don't have too much knowledge on, but I got enough to rank them. Number 8, I'm gonna put Anderson .Paak.
Well, that's exactly what the nigga came for. You throwing shots from afar, I'ma meet you at your front door.
And it does not mean he's a bad artist at all. Like they say, this is the best list, so everybody on here is at least decent, I'd say. But Anderson .Paak, he started off, he's not really a rapper, honestly. He sings more than anything. But as of late, he's been in a group, Silk Sonic with Bruno Mars, and they make great music, but I'm not really putting that higher than 8 because of that missing of those solo hits or that solo success that he does not have compared to some of the other people on the list. But yeah, shout out Silk Sonic. And then moving on from Anderson .Paak, we have number 7, who is Dave East.
Who is that with blue and black? On my CD, I'm getting a BM. That's an I-8 through the tri-state. All my niggas raise the crime rate.
And once again, like I was saying, Dave East is an artist that I don't really listen to that much, or I haven't really listened to that much. So this is kind of, you could say it's a little bit biased. Some people might be like, Dave East is the greatest rapper to ever rap. He's number 1. He'd watch these for blah, blah, blah. No, whatever. I don't really listen to Dave East that much, but I know he can rap and I know he can make good music, but it's not my type of music. But that don't mean I'm gonna discredit him and like automatically put him at 10 because I know he's better than the other 3 people before him. Also, he acts too. He played Method Man in the Wu-Tang series on Hulu. That's also good. I didn't check that out. Check that out. It's good. But yeah, shout out Dave East. My boy is number 7. And number 6, this is where we start getting into artists that are every single one of them I rock with. Number 6, we're gonna put G Herbo.
Who you think you ahead of? Not us. In the S of the Porsche Carrera song. Fuck twins like Tia Tamara song. Get that boy getting bread, Panera song.
And this one hurt me because I really wanted to put her in the top 5, but after like just looking at the other people and grading them, I'm like, he has to be 6. It's like a perfect spot for him. But I love G Herbo. You know me, I love G Herbo. PTSD is one of my favorite albums. It's amazing from start to finish. G Herbo got really, really, really good songs. And the whole like narrative that he's offbeat or whatever, no. G Herbo got bars. He be going in. Listen to PTSD, specifically listen to High Speed. That shit go, bro.
I was in a high speed with my broski. It was me and him, just him and me.
Yeah, shout out to Herbo. At number 5, this is gonna be one that might get you niggas typing in the comments, might get some dislikes, but remember, it's my opinion and my list, and my opinion is law. So what you say does not matter. Remember that, okay? All right, with that being said, number 5, I have Lil Uzi Vert.
I don't really care if you cry. I don't really shouldn't have a lie.
I couldn't even say it with a straight face. At this number 5, I have Lil Uzi Vert, bro. Yes, I already know you're mad. You're mad. Get it out, bro. But to me, he's number 5. Don't get me wrong. I'm not in no way saying he's bad. I think Lil Uzi Vert has classics. Like, he has shit that I still listen to this day that came out over 5 years ago. It's hard. And he just dropped the album, The Pink Tape, that's pretty good. It doesn't seem like he's slowing down no time soon. So Uzi is definitely gonna still be, he's up there. But when it comes to this list, it's just a stacked list. That's all it is. And I just feel like, for me, he's number 5. But shout out Uzi, he got hits, bro. I don't even need to name them. You know Uzi hits. You know Uzi. I don't need to name them. You know. Moving on to number 4. This is one that you might think is crazy for me to put him here, but I don't care. I got number 4, Denzel Curry.
Middle fingers up, I don't fuck with a 95. I keep it true to me, why the fuck would I live a lie?
Denzel Curry is a demon when it comes to rapping. I don't give a fuck what no one says. He's not just, oh yeah, I'm not wanting that. That's not what he does no more. Listen to his music. He got great albums. Imperial is one of my favorite albums. I got a vinyl of this shit on my wall. I don't even have many vinyls, but that's one that I do have. It's phenomenal. I don't think he's dropped a bad album. I honestly think he's debatably probably the best rapper on this list. Maybe Dave East is better, but I don't listen to Dave East, so I don't know. But I do know that Denzel Curry can make great music, rapping, singing, all of it. You listen to a Denzel Curry album, you will not be disappointed at the end of it. It's a little personal bias, but whatever, I don't care. Denzel is top 4 for sure on this list. This just is what it is. We're gonna move on to number 3, where we're gonna be going to the heavy hitters. Number 3, I'm gonna go ahead and put, wait a minute. Okay, I kind of had a little bit of reconsideration when looking at my list, but fuck it, it's my list. I'm still going with it. Number 3, I have 21 Savage.
I buy a new car for the bitch, for real. I tear down the mall with the bitch, for real. You can't even talk to the bitch, nah. She fucking with bosses and shit.
That was crazy to say, I know, but 21 could either be 3, 2, or 1. It's like, it's no in between. He does not miss, in my opinion. I don't think 21 Savage has missed in a long time.
This motherfucker don't miss.
No, he's fucking good.
That motherfucker don't miss, man.
He has classics too. He has an album with Drake. You don't just get an album with Drake. That's just not, you gotta be a GOAT to do that. And we know 21 is. And we know he's the feature king. He's never had a bad feature. 21 Savage features on a lot of songs and it's always a hit from him. 21 Savage is super duper consistent, but where I will put him at 3 opposed to my top 2 or my number 1 is that he isn't as experimental as some other people on the list, but he knows what works and he does it well. So he definitely is top 3. 21 Savage is number 3 for me. And then I'm gonna move on to number 2. This one is definitely biased. You can say what you want. I got Kodak Black at number 2.
I put my heart on my lips. I gave it all I could give. I made it hot at the crib. I kept that fire at the crib.
Kodak Black is the definition of consistency. I don't think he has an album that's underneath the 7 out of 10 in his whole catalog. Yak is fire. I just, when you listen to his music, you can tell like it's coming from the heart. His music is shit genuinely is feeling or genuinely going through. It's just, I don't know, it hits different for me. Kodak Black has always been just fire. I've never had an issue with Kodak Black's music. He may do some dumb shit like outside of the music, but that don't have nothing to do with music. You can have an argument that Lil Big Pocket is his best album, or you can have an argument that Dying to Live is his best album. It's either way you go, it's a hit. Shout out Kodak Black, you're number 2 on my list. And the big number 1 spot, it's only one person I haven't said yet. You're not gonna agree with this more than likely, but it is what it is. My number 1, I believe, is Lil Yachty.
I'm putting no crushed ice in my soda. Perky got it stuck like a holster.
Listen, the reason I put him number 1, he had a very hot start to his career. Kind of got a little worse when he dropped Teenage Fever or whatever the fuck that album was called. It was horrible. And after that, what did he do that was bad? Exactly, I couldn't think of nothing either. So he is, I believe, the most diverse artist on this list, because if he wants, he can really spit. He can spit with the best of them, or he can do like he did this year and make an alternative album, which I personally believe is the best album I've heard in the year 2023 so far. Like with that type of diversity, you have to be number 1 on the list. Like Uzi, you can argue it's kind of similar in that aspect, since on this new album he has like rock music or different types of genres, but he didn't really commit to it fully like Yachty did. And Yachty did a whole album where it's almost no rapper. It's just a different sound and it works like perfectly, bro. I don't know. I really fuck with Yachty. I really think Yachty is a very influential rapper when it comes to a lot, not even just music, when it comes to everything that has to do with hip hop. And I'm a huge fan of Lil Yachty. I can't wait till he go on tour so I can hear Let's Start Here live, bro. Let's Start Here was my favorite album this year so far I've heard. And Lil Yachty is number 1 on my 2016 XXL list. Deal with it, bro. It's not gonna change, and whatever you think is wrong. On that note, I just want to say, first, thanks for watching. I just gotta always do this every video. I just love you boys, bro. I'm really gonna give y'all like the credit where it's due. I'm almost at 500 subs, which is crazy. I just had 100, I think, a few months ago, and you guys ran that up. I'm forever grateful. I do want to preface this as well with like saying that this is no hate on the current 2023 XXL list. Obviously, I like some of them. I just don't know some of them. A lot of people are ignorant when it comes to new artists. If you want to learn about them, listen. Obviously, that's what you're supposed to do. Yeah, like I was saying, I do thank every person that watches the video, every person that likes the video, every person that subscribes. I'm gonna be more consistent. It's a lot of shit going on, trust me, but I'm gonna be more consistent. And yeah, I love this. I love doing this. I love making videos. I love seeing people enjoy my videos, and I just want to keep doing it. Anyway, I'm not gonna do too much of this. This was my 2016 XXL freshman list of ranking. Drop your rankings in the comments. I'm curious to know like how it differs from mine. Leave like, you don't have to break it down like I did, but say a few things like why. Yeah, I care about you guys' opinion. Obviously, I was joking, but this has been your boy KDN, and I'm out. Peace.